up, beauties? What is up? We are back with another hygiene video. I'm so excited to do this video for you. I've had many requests for it, and I'm excited to do it because, again, it's something personal to me, and I love to share with you the things that I have learned. Let me just say, my new journey fam, y'all have been showing out. I want to say welcome to my OGs, welcome to my new journey beauties, and hello to any guests for sure. But listen, my new ones, y'all been showing out. All the comments, I am loving all of the interaction I've been getting. I am so grateful for all the likes, for all the new subbies. Y'all have really warmed up my heart, like 1000%. And with that being said, let me address this. I received my very first super thanks. Oh my God! So excited. I'm so excited, y'all. It warmed my heart. And I mean, I don't care how much it was. This warmed up my heart so much. Number one, because it was my very first one. And then I received 2 more. And I was just ecstatic every single time I got one. I cannot tell you, ladies that did that, how much that meant to me. It's one thing to see appreciation, it's a whole nother to get it. And so, like, just thank you from the bottom of my heart, because you didn't have to do that. It's not required at all. I appreciate everything from the comments all the way to something big like a super thanks. But I do want to specifically thank my 3 ladies that did go the extra mile and do that. You have touched my heart in a way that no one has yet in this room. So super appreciate it. Thank you for all the encouraging words to everybody who's given them to me, and all of the I know you're gonna do well, you're gonna do great. I am just internally grateful. So anyways, I am done with that. Let's get on to what we came here for. Okay, ladies, I'm going to put a timestamp on the screen because I do want to address some things, just as the title does suggest as well. But for my beauties that this has nothing to do with, my people that have come here and been encouraging and sharing and liking and all the things, giving me no static at all. This section is not for you, baby. You can listen if you want to, but you don't have to. You can totally skip to the time on the screen and go to what you came for. But otherwise, I do want to address some things and the expectations of this channel, because I got a lot of irritating comments to me, and I just want to one time address them and keep it moving. And so that's what we'll do right here in this section, and then it will go naturally into the section that you clicked on this video for, or you can just skip this and go straight to that section. So let's go ahead and address some things. So the first thing I want to talk about, and these are all coming from comments that were received. One lady said, this took too long to get to the point, I'm out of here. I bet today, if you looked at this, you sure want to click off because I have really been thanking my people and addressing my people and all the things. Listen, I'm going to always come on my channel and welcome the people that have subscribed to me, that have supported me, that has been commenting, that are new to my page. I'm going to always do that. I don't know very many channels that don't, especially vlogger style channels. So, but I was raised that you address people in the room. And although you're not technically in this room, you're in my space, and I'm going to address people that are in my space. So if you don't like that, sis, go ahead and exit left. It's fine. No need to announce that. No need to make that be a thing. And quite frankly, nobody's going to see it, because once I address you, I'm going to delete it. So please don't do that. If what I'm saying takes too long and you don't have the patience, I respect that. And I'm asking that you respect me as I respect you. And just hit the back button, sis. It's no need to announce that. Really, if you think about it, the logical thing to do would be to hit the forward button and go to the information you're looking for, not to make a scene and announce that you're leaving. So please don't do that. Respect your creators. We come on here and spend hours and hours and hours out of our time to do this for people. Please don't disrespect us in that way. You can literally just hit the back button, guys. That's all on that one. Okay, ladies, the next thing I want to address are the ads. The second comment I had come in was someone saying, I really wanted to watch this video, but there's too many ads. Sis, unless you buy the premium YouTube package, I don't care what video you click on, you're going to get ads. Okay, let's talk about that real quick. So there's two ways that you can support your creator on the channels, right? It's a free way and it's a non-free way. So the non-free way is how my ladies that sent the super thanks. You click on it, you click a price that you want to donate to your creator because you appreciate them so much and you love their content, and it shoots them over that money, right? And then there's the free 99 way, and that's just by letting the ads play or clicking skip and going on with the video. It is how YouTube, A, pays their creators, and two, how it kind of continues to exist. So ads are going to be here. I don't control the ads, babe. I just click a button and the ads appear on there how they want to, when they want to. YouTube is behind that, and they're controlling how many ads they put on a video. And I think sometimes it's based on how well the video is doing to how many they put there. But we as creators don't control that. So if you really want to consume some information, you will just watch the video and click through the ads like everybody else. If not, once again, there's no need to announce that. You can just hit the back button. But this is the way that people can support their creators without costing you any money, without you hitting super thanks. Just watching those ads, or even going through the ads, even if you're skipping them, it still gives a little bit, is how the creator is paid, so that we stay motivated to continue to make this stuff for you to consume and to help you in your life. It's a simple way of saying thanks by clicking like, by watching the ads, the super thanks. All of those things are the ways you support your creator. And so just keep that in mind. And again, we don't have to announce everything. You can literally just click the back button if you feel like it was just too much, because I don't control it and it probably isn't going to change. But I'm glad for it because it helps me feed my daughter and take care of things and buy equipment to continue to make videos for you. One that I kept seeing over and over and over that was just like grating my grits, child, was this should be for men too. Men should be able to watch this too. I think men should be allowed in this space too. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. This is my channel, my space. And when a creator creates something, they get to choose who they're creating it for. And you get to choose if you consume that information or not. I don't make all of my content for women, but I don't make all of it for men either. Let's just say, if there was a video about a man and a man teaching young men about things that young men go through, their bodies, the adversities, all of those things, do you think we should be up in there? Or do you think that that could be exclusively for them? Not everything is for everybody, guys. All of this inclusivity stuff, like, not everything is for everybody. Some things are just meant for who they're for, whether it's for the Black community, the Hispanic community, the Caucasian community, the LGBTQ community, the women, the men. It's okay for things to be separate sometimes. If there was a man that had a young daughter, because that's what I kept getting, what about the single dads? Well, the single dad can do just like my moms did in this video and send it to their girls. I had moms saying, I'm going to send this to my girls. I'm going to send this to my friends. I'm going to show this and send this to everybody. He can do the same. He sees a video, it fits a need. Hey, baby girl, why don't you watch this? This might could help you, and you might could ask some questions to some of these women in there. It's just that simple. This is a safe space for women when I'm creating these feminine, keyword, hygiene videos. These are things that I'm personally sharing about myself. These are things that women are coming in here and being vulnerable, sharing about themselves. And if we don't want men in here invading that space and that privacy and that safe space, then we have the right to do that. I want my women to come in here and feel safe to say the most embarrassing things or whatever that is, and feel unjudged, and feel safe to do that, and feel safe to get help. There's several comments in here that I'm sure a woman wouldn't want a man in here commenting on or seeing. Okay, so for me, this space is for the females, and I mean that. And I'm sorry if you don't like that, and if you choose not to watch my videos because of that. I respect you for that, but I'm asking you to also respect the creator and what they're creating this information for as well. So, you know, I'm just gonna say, like, Some things are for men and some things are for women. And I believe we all deserve a safe space, and it doesn't always have to be invaded by the other side. They deserve a safe space, and so do we. There's also a million creators out here. So I'm sure somewhere somebody's making a video for single dads and single moms to help them out. So again, it's just as simple as that single dad seeing a video and sharing it with his baby girl, sharing it with his niece, and going, hey, here's a community of women that you probably could ask questions to and watch. It's just that simple, guys. So please do not come on my channel, on my video, saying what you think this should be for. It is for exactly who I'm tailoring it for. Unfortunately, your comments probably won't even get seen, just because I don't like that, and I'm creating this for women, and I want this to be a safe space. So please respect that, because I'm gonna respect you. And yeah, I just wanted to make sure I addressed that, because I kept getting that. That's not new news to me, that there's single dads out here just like there's single moms. But those single dads, because my brother is a girl dad, he comes to us to help him with his girl. He doesn't address those issues. 9 times out of 10, most young girls don't even want to be talking to their dads about all those private things. So just saying, ladies, chill out on that and let this be a safe space for us women, please. I appreciate it. I do want to address inappropriateness and even the commenting. Ladies, please, let's make sure that we're respecting each other in the comments. It's okay to be inquisitive and to be curious about why somebody would do something or what that is or whatever, but please be kind to each other. Again, with it being a safe space and it just being women and no men in here, we need to be kind to each other. And I think there's nothing wrong with being like, well, so what makes you choose that, or what makes you use that, or why do you do that? But not being like, I don't want to see like any bullying or anything like that. And also inappropriateness. Like, I try to keep this thing family friendly and PG. 1, because my teen daughter helps me with the videos, and 2, I want these videos to be appropriate for young girls all the way to the oldest. And so that means we're talking about just about the facts of what things are, and I do that tactfully as I can. And so please, let's be appropriate and let's be kind to each other. Yeah, in general. Again, I watch my comments very heavily. If you haven't noticed already, I am that type of creator that personally answers and responds to every single comment. If I miss one, it's by accident, because I don't like creators that don't respond back to the people that are supporting them. So I am one that I read everything, and if I catch it, it's gonna be deleted. I also have monitors, people monitoring the channel as well, and so anything that goes against something that I feel like is for my page won't see the light of day. So don't waste your time. Last but not least, somebody got on here with this big long rant about how I need to not be talking about I researched something and I'm not a DO or MD or any of that. No, ma'am, I'm not. I am a master of psychology. I am a therapist, but research doesn't have to always be scientifically research based. Research just means I research how to color my hair. I research how to do my own nails. I research how to get this scum off the tub. You can research anything without it being scientifically based. What are we talking about here? I feel like some people just get on here to be negative, and it drives me insane. I never profess to be a doctor of any kind when I come on here doing these videos. I am a woman. I am a woman that has had struggles, that wants to share with other women the things that I figured out in my life, so that hopefully you can fix some of those same things too. And even more importantly, younger women who are going through this, who have no idea what to do, the girls who only have dads and don't have moms around, the girls who have moms that aren't very present and aren't really teaching them. Like, I want to be here in this space for you guys. And so I'm just literally giving you my experience and the things that I've found, and hoping that it works for you, and you could try it or you could leave it. That's it. But I'm never saying that I'm any kind of doctor of any kind. But that comment just went all over me, because like, what are you even talking about? Because I've never said that I was, and I will never say that I am. I'm telling you something works because it worked for me. Doesn't mean it's gonna work for you, but I'm saying here are the things that have worked for me and my struggling body and that could work for you too. So again, if you come here with that negativity, I am going to respond back to you because I'm an Aries. You probably should read up on them. Very, very stubborn and very forward. And then I'm going to delete your comment. So you wrote that like 5-page paragraph and that will never see the light of day when I catch it. So ladies, please don't do that. I'm asking if you don't like this video, you don't agree with it, whatever it is, please just hit the back button. I do it all the time. I see videos that I don't like, or I'm like, oh, that's not really my vibe. And I simply hit the back button. I don't say anything. I don't do anything negative. I just go on with my life because it's just that simple. So again, I have heavy monitoring on my channel. I monitor my channel constantly. I'm constantly checking on comments and getting rid of stuff that's no good and commenting to those that are sweet, kind, supportive, and here for what we came here for. So that is the end of my rant. I just want to address those things. Those are permanent expectations for my channel. It will not change. You cannot change my perspective on what I am doing for my people on my channel. So don't waste your breath. Just come here what you came here for. Enjoy the ride. Let's be positive because I want my channel to be positive and uplifting and encouraging and helping. And then we keep it moving. Okay, beauties, let's talk about how to make the best out of your cycle and some hygiene things mixed in between. The first thing I want to talk about is medication, pain management, if you will. Several different ways you can handle this. There's so many different things on the market. I usually opt for 2 different things, either ibuprofen, because that is specifically for, you know, muscle and all that kind of stuff, pain relief, or an actually prescribed medication, which is called naproxen. I actually heard about that from somebody else, went to my OBGYN. She prescribed it and it worked like a dream. I am looking down because I do have my notes below me, but naproxen is a 12-hour medication versus ibuprofen. I think you take it every 3 to 4 hours. But naproxen, you only take 1 every 12 hours. That's how strong it is. And it really pretty much does the trick. You just have to stay on schedule with it. So again, something you could talk to your OBGYN about, read about, do your own research on it and see if that's something that would interest you. My cramps were so hard that my doctor was like, absolutely, we're giving you that. So I kept that medicine on rotation. You can sometimes take a little bit of ibuprofen with it if it's not working in between, but for the most part, it did its job. Of course, they have Pamprin, they have Midol. I mean, there's so many different types of medications out there now for us on our cycles. You ladies are so good about kicking in and giving the extra tips. So if you take something specific for your cramps, drop it down in the chat. You know how it goes. It's how we did on the last video. Let's share with each other on what works and what doesn't. So more so though what works for you, so that other ladies can go and check it out too. But yeah, medication is super important when you're on your cycle. So I always say, from the moment you know you're on your cycle or about to get on it, you better take some medication. Okay, stay ahead of it and not behind it. When you get behind it, that's when we start hurting and feeling so bad. You can't walk, you don't want to go anywhere, you just want to sit around and mope around because you're hurting. So when you know your cycle is coming or you first see that first drop, go take 3 ibuprofen, your naproxen, your Pamprin, 2-up Pamprin, whatever it says on your bottle, and go ahead and get ahead of it. With that being said, if you have an app to track your cycle, that helps too. So I use this app here that's on the screen. I believe it's Flow, and you can click on it and it keeps track of your cycle and it will tell you when your next cycle is about to come. So you kind of already know to have your little bag ready, which we talked about our bag already in the last video. Have your bag prepared and ready. Have on you a penny liner for the just in case, and have your medication on deck so you can take medicine the minute you feel that pinprick. Take that medication. Stay ahead of your cycle and then stay on track. However many hours it says, baby, set a timer so that it goes off so you take your medicine on time, because you don't want to be caught out at the zoo, shopping with friends, and all of a sudden you're hurting and just want to go home. Stay on top of it. Set a timer, alarm on your phone, on your smartwatch, whatever, for your next medication. And when you do, make sure you take it with something that's not cold. Take it with lukewarm water or lukewarm whatever it is that you're drinking. Ice only makes the cramping worse. So make sure you take it with something lukewarm. Moving on. Also, in regards to keeping track of your cycle, if you're old school or you just don't have the room on your phone for another app, or you just don't like apps, you can always use a regular calendar in your planner as well. And so the day your cycle starts, write it down, and the day it ends, write it down. All you need to pretty much concentrate on is when your cycle started, because you know every month, if you're pretty regular, then your cycle is going to start somewhere around there. If you're irregular, I recommend probably using more so the app, because it's going to be hard to track it. But, you know, and then you might need to go to your doctor and kind of see what you can do to kind of get more regulated. But I just wanted to throw that in there about you don't have to use the app. You can also just use a regular calendar as well. But you want to keep up with it so that you can stay on top of it, and the rest of your cycle flows more, like, less painful and more nicely. So yeah, just keep up with your cycles. Moral of the story. Since we're talking about cramps and pain management and all of that stuff, we just talked about medication. Now we're going to talk about some tools to use. I don't know what you guys use when you're in pain. I know there's all these different things on the market, but I'm going to show you the 3 things that I use. So first of all, the regular heating pads. So this is just a heating pad from Walgreens. This is about how big it is. I have taken the case off of it. It does come with a washable case. You can see like there's like little coils in there that get heated up. And then it does have a remote that's on it, and it's low, medium, and high. And it also has an auto shut off on it. And so after so many hours, and girl, I don't even know how many because I haven't counted, but you can tell because it'll start cooling down for no reason. It has an auto shut off just so you don't burn yourself, which is super important. I did have an aunt who had a heating pad that didn't have that on it, and she fell asleep on it and woke up and had like real go to the hospital, left a permanent mark and infection burns. So you want to make sure that it does have the auto shut off. Oh, there it is. Auto shut off 2 hours. And then you just click it back on. It is a plug-in. It is not chargeable where you can take this off. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, you need to have a heating pad. You need to have a heating pad on you. When I worked in an office, I even had one in my office. I have 1 or 2, all of them in my house. I always have a heating pad. Sometimes you need one for your back if you get back pain. Sometimes you need one for the front if you get, you know, just front pain. They even have them long and slender so that you can spread them across if you need to. But you need to have a heating pad if you have bad cramps. If you don't have cramps, God bless you. You are one of the chosen ones. And you're very lucky. So, but make sure you have a heating pad with you or some kind of heat source. Let's talk about the next heat source. The next one is more of a portable heating source. We call this our black kitty. If you can see up here, it has kind of like a little kitty design, and that's why we call it that. But it is a like strap-on type of heating device that does adjust so that you can adjust it to your body. And it is chargeable, so you charge it up before you go, take it off, put it on. You turn it on with this button here and you are ready to go. It does have different heat settings as well. It fits pretty seamless. It looks bulky, but it's not. This has been worn under clothes many times and nobody even detected that it was on. You cannot even see it. The wording or the letters do come up bright red, but I promise you cannot see it through your clothes. It is the weirdest thing, but for whatever reason you cannot see it. But I used to do like Uber Eats and things like that, and so, or even just going out shopping and stuff and you're hurting, and I wanted something portable, and so I found this on Amazon. If I can find it again, I will link it below. If not, I will link something like it. But this thing is clutch, especially for work when you don't want to have cords hanging down from like the other one, or you're traveling or whatever, or you have a teen who's traveling and complaining because they're cramping. This is clutch. It is So cool. And they have all different kinds now, so I will link a couple of them down below if I can find them for sure. And then you have just your regular like cycle time pads, and I will link a couple of those and show you those. I don't have any on me right now because I've used them all up, but they are helpful because they're seamless, they're flat, more, you know, discreet. You can put them in your pad bag, your little travel essential bag that we talked about, and go to the bathroom and slap them on when you go change for the day. They are just really helpful, and all they stick on, so they have like an adhesive back to them. They don't get as hot as your electronic stuff, I will say that. They're like kind of basic hot, but it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. So generally they are like the warmest when you first put them on, and then they start to cool down, you know, over time, versus these just stay warm as long as it's charged or plugged in. So just keep that in mind. You do want some kind of heat source if you have cramps. Again, if you don't have cramps, you don't have to worry about this, but for those that do, or have teen girls that do, definitely look into this portable one, because that is the most clutch. And then you have those stick-on ones that you can buy them as well. And for home, because it gives the best heat source because it's plugged in, to have the actual plug-in one. So must have a heat source. Next, we're going to talk about products really quickly. You know, we have all kinds of different things. Everybody uses something different. Some ladies in my comments were saying I only use organic products, and some people were like, I only use, you know, these type of pads. Whatever makes you comfortable, you want to know that. I will first say that if you do use pads of any kind, whether you just use pads by themselves or you use them with your tampons, make sure you get different sizes. So you want 1 through overnight. If you have a heavy flow, then of course you want the overnight ones with the bigger back, so that when the blood is sometimes bigger front and bigger back, so that when it flows, you're not messing up your clothes. But you have your basic tampons, and you have to kind of know your body. I used to always have to use Super Plus because my flow was always so heavy, but you can always get that value pack where it has like the #1 all the way to the Super Plus. Some ladies have to use Super the whole time. Some people have to use Super Plus the whole time. I will say that using the bigger ones, even when you're lighter, just keeps you like super safe because sometimes you'll think you're lighter and the cycle will slip up on you and come back with a vengeance real quick, and then you've messed up your clothes. So you don't have to do that. For me, that always worked, to just keep using the thicker ones until it was pretty much almost done, because then I knew I was never going to mess up my clothes. But you do what works for your body, and you know what works for you. I love for you ladies to share what brand you use in the comments. They have so many different brands now on the market. I went to Target and there's like all these different kinds and all these organic kinds. So you have so many options to choose from. So we have tampons, and most of our young girls don't use those or don't know how to use those, and that's okay. Pads are just fine. We have pads, and now they even have the period diapers. Y'all, this was a trip to me when I first saw this, because I was like, so we go from diapers to no diapers, back to diapers early, because it used to be a thing where like, okay, only the older people, you know, and they actually start, you know, losing, you know, control of their bodily functions went to those. And it used to be like this big thing, you know, running, you know, joke type thing. And now they're making period diapers. So I have not tried them, but I do know people that have tried them and actually like them, especially for overnight. So, and especially if your flow is really, really heavy. So might give them a try. I think there's 2 different brands. And one is more cheeky, where it doesn't really cover the bottom very well. And that's been the one complaint I've heard about those, because it's like, how is it protecting me when it doesn't even cover my whole body? So I think they could do better with the design of those, but they do have them. So definitely check them out. And then the Diva cups, which we talked about in my last video. And I think it's just, I mean, I'll put it up on the screen. It's just a little cup that catches the blood, and you have to like dig up in there and take it out. Again, like I said in my last video, the only thing about those is that they can be very messy. And I don't know that from personal experience, but I know that from going behind people that have used them. I mean, there's blood all over the toilet, all on the seats. It's just everywhere, because you know, it fills up and you have to reach in there and take it out, and sometimes it tips and spills and gets all over things. And so It is more natural for the body because you're not putting something foreign into the body, but also I think that could be the downside of them. But different strokes for different folks. Things work for different people, and that's okay. Whatever works for you, just make sure you know what works for you and try out the different things, and make sure you keep them on hand and in your essential bag like we talked about. With your products, you can always have the little bags that we talked about in the last video, to put them in, the little disposable bags to put your stuff in and drop it in the trash can. That kind of keeps it a little bit more discreet for you if you want to as well. So keep that in mind. Let's talk about clothing for a minute. I particularly like to wear darker clothing when I'm on my cycle. That's the time when I will wear the most jeans, black, dark colors, just because it gives me added confidence and protection. If something were to happen and you were to mess up your clothes and you have on something black versus a pair of tan pants or a white skirt or something light colored, you're going to be more apt to catch it and other people not see it than somebody actually going, oh, hey, I think you messed up your clothes. The most embarrassing ever, okay? Been there, done that in my youth. That was the worst. And that was a first and last time for me. So I opt to wear dark clothing. I also opt to wear comfortable clothing during this time. You're usually bloated, not feeling your best, etc. Not slouchy clothing, because I'm still telling you to get up and put yourself together. You still want to feel, you want to like not look on the outside how you feel on the inside. And so still get up and fix yourself up. But I am telling you to like nix the like super skinny jeans and all of those things. Dress comfortable but cute. Still fix yourself up, but also allow your body to be comfortable in the process. So it's hot as I don't know what right now, but generally this is the time when I would go for a sweatsuit if it's winter, some jeans, some comfortable jeans, and a comfortable t-shirt and tennis shoes in the summertime, or some capris or whatever in the summertime. Something or just a long, comfortable, dark dress. I often opt for dark things and comfortable things. So make sure that you kind of consider that when you're on your cycle of wearing comfortable things and dark things. As far as night clothes, I always wear something that kind of keeps my pad, my underwear, whatever, close to my body. And so I will throw on a pair of biker shorts underneath my nightgown, or I'll wear a two-piece or something like that. Because you think about it, when you lay down and you're shifting, if you just have on your underwear, you're shifting, and so is the fluid that's coming out, right? And so sometimes you wake up and you're like, dang, it's on the outside of your underwear, or it's on your sheets, or it's whatever. That is one of the things you want to consider. What I've learned is, if I, number one, have on my tampon plus my pad, my overnight pad, and I have on some biker shorts or something that holds my pad in place, I don't have that issue going on. So just consider that. You can buy those biker shorts on Amazon. You can buy some from Target, Walmart, almost anywhere. But it does help for my ladies that have the overflow problem, or my young girls that have the like messing up your night clothes or messing up your sheets. That has helped me out a lot. Also, if you will buy, you can buy two different things for your bedding. You can either buy a mattress pad, or you can buy just a bed pad where it's just the pad itself. So the mattress pad is going to go all over the mattress, or you can buy just a single pad that just goes just under you. Think kind of like baby changing pad type of pad. You can buy just a pad that you can just lay down when it's cycle time, or the cheap way out is you can go get like a really thick old towel that you don't hardly use anymore and lay it down up under you, up underneath your sheet. So pull your sheet up, lay it down, and put your sheet back on top, and it gives you that protection from your mattress and messing up your mattress. So keep those things in mind as well. You can also use those hospital pads that you can buy at the store. Most people will use them for like older people that don't have, you know, control of their bowels, or after birth or things like that. You can also use those pads that are disposable and put those down there. They sell them at Walmart, everywhere. So protect your mattress as well. So yeah, just wanted to drop that in on you. I hope that helps for my heavy bleeders or my like wild sleepers or whatever, to just protect your clothing and also protect your bedding. let's talk about this shower, honey, so we can get rid of the smell of the day, okay? That is my least favorite part of the day, but also the best part. It's my least favorite because it's always a messy ordeal, but also you feel so much better, fresher, and cleaner afterwards. So in lieu of the messy parts, one of my comments from one of my last videos, she said that she still uses a tampon in the shower, that she puts in a fresh tampon to take a shower. I never really thought about that. I guess I could see how that could really work, because then you're not having the messy part as you're washing, and you can just thoroughly wash, get out, change it, and you're done. So kind of genius, if I must say so myself. So there's a pro tip for you straight from the comments, baby. Y'all was hitting it on them comments. I loved it. So this is how we can help each other, by sharing those type of comments. So definitely something for ladies to consider that do wear those, to keep from like having to worry about like the bleeding still in the shower. If that's your thing, it could definitely help. All right, I am looking down because I have my notes down here. So in regards to your shower, I do use 2 towels for my shower. I use one for the private area and I use one for my body. So there's something that you could consider doing. Also during my cycle, I will opt for my black towels or my red towels. I have some red polo towels that I will use. I have some paisley print dark towels that I will use. And so when it comes to my intimate towel, it will usually be darker, and then my body towel will be whatever color. I use 2 towels regardless all the time, even when I'm not on my cycle. But when I'm on my cycle, I will trade that first towel in, the intimate towel, for a darker towel. So keep that in mind. That's something you could do. Double cleansing. I will double wash when I'm on my cycle. So I will wash the intimate areas first, wash my whole body, and then before I get out, I'm hitting that intimate area again. So and just because I want to feel extra fresh and extra clean, and in my head, by the time I finish my body, I might have there might have been some stuff going on. So let me just rewash it real quick before I get out of the shower. And if you have a detachable shower head, I recommend every woman try to have a detachable shower head if you can. Even without cycles, it's just clutch to have, because you make sure you get all of the soap from down there, and so your body won't be irritated and you feel extra clean. So if you have a detachable shower head, definitely use that, and make sure that you get all that soap off, all of the, you know, blood that's happening down there at the time before you get out of the shower. And if you don't have that and you don't have the money to get that, I always want to offer a better, cheaper, freer option. The Perry bottles, that's a good option because it's still squeezing out and putting water onto your body. So if you don't have a detachable shower head, take your Perry bottle, fill it up with warm water, and take it in the shower and use that to make sure your body is extra rinsed off down there. Last thing you want to do is be on your cycle and be irritated. You don't want that. Feminine wash. If your body can handle it, it's a good time to use it to make sure that your pH stays as good as it can, because it's already being thrown off by your cycle. I personally can't use that because my body's too sensitive, so I still roll with my Dove Sensitive Wash that we talked about in my first video. But if you can handle it, it's good to use that because it will help kind of neutralize things. But you use whatever soap that works for you. My ladies spit out so many different types of things that work for them in the last video. I'm so glad when you find something that works for you. So definitely use what works for you. That's what I'm saying. When you get out of the shower, one, if you have the tampon in, like our friend recommended, then I guess you don't have to worry about this part. You can just dry off, change the tampon, you're done. But let's say you're like, Tiffany, I don't want to do that. I don't want to feel like I'm stuffing my body up when I'm cleaning. Well, fine. When you get out, make sure your drying towel is also a dark towel. That's one thing that I often do. And 2, you can grab a wad of tissue and kind of, if you don't want to put your tampon right in, but sometimes blood is kind of leaked out already, you can grab some tissue, kind of dry off, put your tampon in, and then get to drying off. Or you can just grab tissue if you're a pad user and put it there while you dry off, and then go back to handling that area. Because I know if you don't use tampons, that means nothing's stopping that flow, right? And so you can dab off down there with tissue and then dry your body. And I know you're like, well, why don't you just put your underwear on? But if your legs are still wet, then that's kind of uncomfortable. So you can put some tissue there really quickly, dry off everywhere, and then go back, get your underwear ready, your pad on, and then go back and, you know, clean that area up with tissue and then pull up. So I use dark towels for that as well. And I also use tissue to kind of help control things while I'm getting it all together. So just keep that in mind. I opt to shower and not bathe during cycle time. Now, that is a choice because I know it's going to be somebody in here like, well, I take a bath, or I soak in Epsom salts, or whatever you do. I am not telling you that either one is wrong. I'm telling you that I opt to shower because I don't feel like sitting in my cycle is clean for me. It doesn't feel good for me. So I don't bathe during that time. I shower. I don't in a bathtub. Girl, I bathe. I don't sit in a bathtub when it's my cycle. I shower. It just feels like I like all of that to just run down into the drain and off of me and not be on me. So, but I'm not telling you if you do that you're wrong. That is your prerogative. You can do that if you want to. I just don't opt to do that because I like the feeling of feeling like all of that grime, that dirt, that blood, that everything from the day is washing down the drain. So that's just my little 2.5 on that. That's it. But you're not wrong if you do it. I do change my towels. So sometimes I will change my towels halfway through it. Some people say like that they change their towels every couple of days. Sometimes you can change it at the end of your cycle. You get to decide. It's whatever you want to do. There's no wrong answer to that. As long as you're washing your towel out and not just hanging it up there all willy-nilly. You're just making sure that it's cleaned out, you know, and all of that. But I do change my towels out every couple of days. Also, all over deodorant is really good during this time, just to make sure that you stay fresh feeling down there. And you can use, we talked about that in my last video, using deodorant. You can use spray deodorant on the front, not underneath, not inside, but just on the top part where you're sweating, just to feel fresh. Or they have the Dove. That's my favorite one, is the Dove all over deo. It smells so good. But you can just use that, you know, in the crevice of your leg and on top to kind of stay fresh feeling as well. Also, shaving. If you shave or knock that hair down before your cycle, that helps a lot. That way that hair is not collecting the blood and holding onto it or making it hard for you to clean yourself during the day. So I do recommend, if you can, unless you're one of my waxing beauties who y'all have been on my head about like the waxing is good, try it, y'all. Girl, one day I'm going to try it. I'm just scared. But if you at least knock it down or shave it off before your cycle comes, that's less wiping and wiping and wiping you're having to do. You can literally just, you know, wipe a little bit, clean up and do your thing. So knock it down so that you're not having that, your cycle cling to the, you know, to the hair and the odor clinging to the hair. Because after all, hair holds odor. Hair is part of the reason we have some of the odor. The bacteria hangs onto it. So make sure that you like knock it down, get rid of it, spray it, all the things. You guys have mentioned so many different type of razors that you use, and I love that we're all sharing that. I do use my Schick razor, as we talked about in the last video, but you can use whatever kind you want to get rid of your hair, or you can do the even cleaner thing and go wax it off, girl, because if you're one of them girls, some more power to you. Since we're talking about the shower, I did want to go ahead and add in mood and pro tip. Okay, I'll start with the pro tip. Pro tip, first of all, cycle time is already hard enough. Like, your emotions are already all over the place. We don't feel good. We feel bloated. We don't feel like we look good. I'm in a bad mood, perhaps. Maybe sometimes you're cramping and you're hurting, or you have bad migraines being triggered. All kinds of emotions and feels during this time. So the last thing you need is to pour into that negativity. So I want you to reverse that. This is something, as a therapist, I teach my clients all the time. What can you do to make that feel better? Can you go and buy you a candle and light it in the bathroom before you go take your shower? Do you have a portable speaker that you could put in the shower and play you some soothing music while you're in there? Not no crunk music, y'all. I didn't say get crunk in the shower. I said some soothing music, something that just makes you feel relaxed. Can you use some of those shower tablets, that steamers that you drop in the shower? Go to Bath and Body Works and buy you a bundle, the soap, the shower gel, the scrub, the lotion that you use during your shower when you're doing your main body, so that you feel good and you smell good and your skin feels good and you feel good about yourself, you know, and you're putting on your lotion and you're like just feeling clean and beautiful in that moment and not drabby and feeling down. Buy yourself some flowers. I love fresh flowers. That is my thing. Buy yourself some flowers. If you're a flower girl, that makes you feel good when you look at them and they look beautiful to you. Like, do the things that make you feel good. Can you go buy yourself some really nice PJs? And during this time, instead of wearing your mixed match PJs or your long old beat up t-shirt, like put on some matching PJs and some slippers and do you a facial and do something to yourself, or, you know, do something to your hands or your feet or something to just lift your mood and make you feel better during that time. Can you do that for yourself? You can. And it doesn't even have to cost a lot. Ladies, you can go buy candles at Home Goods for $6 and $7. You don't even have to go to Bath and Body Works, okay? So go buy you some candles. You can go to Walmart and buy a little small bundle of flowers for $4. It doesn't have to cost a lot. Go and buy you the little face mask to put on when you get out of the shower and some little face cream. Like, do things that lift up your mood and also that help that shower be even more enjoyable. So you're setting the tone for how you want your body to react to being on your cycle. Okay, so just try that. Speaking of mood, if you do feel really, really low, something I've recommended to all of my clients, and since we had the lady talking about I'm not a doctor, please make sure you check with your physician, read the bottles and the labels, make sure you're not allergic to anything. This is just suggestions, guys. I'm not telling you to do anything, but the Ollie stress gummies are chef kiss. If you feel a little low during that time, you can take 2 of these every day if you're not allergic to them and if you can tolerate them. It's just all organic, natural stuff, and it will help lift your mood. They even have happy. So if you like one of those people, your cycle comes and you start getting kind of mean and grouchy, they have some little happy gummy worms, and they taste really good, by the way. Them things are a little crazy because it tastes like candy, but they're like little candy worms, and they're just supposed to like help you feel more lifted and in a better mood. So do consider having those on deck if you don't have actual medication that you take that helps you with your moods. Try those. They're over the counter. They're at almost every store, CVS, Walmart, Walgreens, even on Amazon. I will list them below. I personally have taken them myself because I never like to recommend things that I haven't taken. And I recommend them all the time in regards to therapy as well, because some people don't like to take actual medication. So if you know during your cycle that you get the lowest, you might try to have those on deck to kind of help lift up your mood as you do the things to help lift up your mood as well. Okay, let's talk about smelling good, girl, because that's like the last thing that I'm going to talk about in regards to your cycle time, your mood, feeling better during your cycle. You got to smell good, because if you don't smell good, then other people are going to think you don't smell good and you're going to be self-conscious, and you will just be in a better mood if you smell good. So number 1 is clean clothes. We all know that already. Is make sure you have, you know, something clean on. You know, don't wear no you don't wear a couple of days. Wash your clothes, make them smell good and nice and you know, fresh when you put them on, because your senses are heightened during that time. And so, you know, put your clean clothes on. Have you some body splash. These are some from Bath and Body Works that I use all the time. And they are not sponsoring this. This is just what we like. And these are 2 of the like inspired ones that I like to use. That my daughter always thinks smells so good. They don't last super long, guys. They're watery, they're alcohol based, but when I spray them, it makes me feel good. It makes me smell good. I even use them on my sheets. And so I will spray them on my sheets at night and spray them on my sheets in the morning, because I like when I pull my sheets up to smell them smell good. So, but you can use body splashes. You can use perfumes. During this time, I opt to use some of my most powerful perfumes, not to choke nobody out, child, but so that I feel confident at all times. Like, I'm already going to keep myself clean. That's a no-brainer. But I also want to just smell like I just smell good. I don't want you knowing I'm on my cycle, right? Because cycles can be, you know, kind of potent. And I don't want to hear nobody up in here talking about if somebody's cycle is potent, they need to go get checked out. This is not your body. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's body produces something different in a different scent. And it doesn't mean anything's wrong with that person because some woman's body is stronger than the other. That's the way that God made us. And that's just that on that. Okay, so please don't do that. But sometimes some of us have stronger scents than others, no matter how much we clean or go to the doctor or whatever. And we have other videos for that where we've talked about different things you can take and supplements and things. So definitely check those videos out if you're like, I just need it to be less. But also, I just want to smell good and not smell any kind of cycling going on, right? And so you already know about Red Temptation, baby. They ought to pay me. Zara ought to pay me for this because I'm always recommending Red Temptation, okay? You see? And then I will use sometimes my Alien, which is almost gone. She's very powerful. Sometimes I will use the Burberry Her. She's not super powerful, but she projects. This lasts and it projects, and it's just very sweet and very girly, versus like this is very grown woman. This is very Baccarat Rouge. And these are different price points, guys. I mean, this is all the way from maybe 20 to 30. And then you start getting into the hundreds, kind of midpoints. And then this one is like a couple of hundred. So, and this is the Thomas Cosmala. So, and this one is very strong, but she's also super expensive because she's a niche perfume. But just saying, the whole point of that is that you want to use perfumes that really, like I use these when I'm at home, but when I'm going somewhere, I'm going to use one of these that you're going to actually smell and it's going to stick on me. And when I go to the bathroom and I change, I'm spraying because I want to smell like I'm resetting myself and I want to smell good. So, you don't have to have those perfumes. Those are just a couple out of my huge collection that I have that I like to carry around because they actually do what they need to do. Like somebody's going to smell them and you're going to feel confident and smell good. So just keep that in mind. If you have a travel size, that's good to have so you don't have to carry around this big old bottle. Just think about how heavy my purse is when I pop these into my purse. Baby, is heavy. Talking about back issues coming your way. So if you can get a sample of them or a travel size, definitely have those on deck. We talked about the essential bag and having that kind of stuff in your essential bag. So if you've already watched that and you've already started getting your essential bag together, then you should already have that kind of stuff on deck. But I will often carry the one that matches the scent that I've sprayed on that morning if I can find one. If you can't find one, you can go to Walgreens or any place and find one of those little empty decanters that you can actually like put on there and you can pump it and it will put the scent into there for you. And then you have your own little travel size thing. I will pop one of those up on the screen for you as well. But you can buy those almost anywhere now and make your own travel size. So definitely recommend having those on deck so that you can always smell good and feel confident. That's what I want for you. Is I want you to feel confident and feeling as best as you can, even though you're going through something that doesn't feel good and that's kind of hard right now. Sometimes harder for others than some others. So depending on the body. Y'all, I'm sweating giving y'all all these tips now. I hope y'all like these tips because we up in here sweating all these lights. But I want to give you a couple of more extra tips before I sweat through this chair. Avoid cold drinks. I think everybody might know this, but let's just say some don't. Some young girls may not. And you've taken your medication and you've got your heating pad on. You're like, oh, I'm still cramping. But you just went to Whataburger and bought that ice-filled drink, slurping it down. Ice actually helps the blood clot up more. And so you don't want to drink cold things, especially at the beginning of your cycle when you're cramping the most. You want to avoid cold drinks. You want to drink lukewarm drinks or warm drinks. It sucks so bad because who wants to be drinking some lukewarm Sprite with dinner? But if you don't want cramps, then you might want to avoid those. Now, I'm not saying you can't. You can. You might even go and say, can I get light ice, right? And make sure that you have taken your medication so that you can kind of combat the ice, that the coldness that's in it. But I often try to opt to avoid cold drinks if I can, or very little ice. And sometimes when they're coming out of those machines at different places, they're already kind of cool anyway. So, and when I'm taking my medication, I use lukewarm water. Just room temperature, I say lukewarm, room temperature water, or room temperature drinks. And I just try to avoid cold drinks, especially in the very beginning. So there's a thing when you go to Starbucks or whatever, instead of getting the Frappuccino, maybe you get something warm, especially as it gets colder, you know, closer to the winter and fall months. You can get something a little warmer, or just get something with no ice or very, very light ice, guys. When they're making those drinks, a lot of times they're shaking it up with ice anyway. So it's already coming to you cold. You don't necessarily need ice. Wear comfy clothes. I'm telling you to be comfy, but cute, not comfy and sloppy. If you play into how you feel, you're going to feel like that even more. Okay. So as a therapist, I'm always telling my clients, like, let's not look on the outside how we feel on the inside. Let's not let our rooms and our cars and our spaces look like how we feel on the inside. When you do that, it actually helps you to feel worse. But let's say you feel bad, but you look good. You feel bad, but your room is clean. You feel bad, but your car is clean. It actually helps combat that depression that you're starting to feel. The brain can't latch on to that bad feeling all the way because there's something good going on. Oh my gosh, my space is clean. It smells good in here. It's combating the negative thoughts and the depression that's trying to come on, right? But if you feed into it and you already feel like crap, and you come home from getting food and you walk in and your house stinks and it looks like crap and there's stuff everywhere, the first thing your brain is going to be like, oh my God, it's such a mess in here. I can't keep nothing clean. It's like all the negative thoughts just start to roll in, right? So I'm asking you to keep yourself up, to wear comfy clothes, to keep your spaces clean, so that your mind and your body can have the best chance at making the best out of your situation during cycle time. So just keep that in mind. Free advice from a therapist. You don't even have to pay me, you see? Free advice from a therapist. I want you to combat the depression, combat the negativity that comes during cycle time. Still get up and fix your makeup, fix your hair. In lieu of talking about clothing, let's not get up looking like a grand peacock with our hair all over our head, rolling out of bed at whatever time, and we still got on our pajamas. We ain't take no bath. None of that. Guys, I'm encouraging you, not telling you, encouraging you to get up and shower and get yourself cleaned up. You don't have to be fancy if you're not going nowhere. It's fine. You don't have to put on no makeup if you're not going anywhere. Brushing your teeth, washing your face, combing your hair, putting on some clothes, just getting presentable for yourself if nobody else is still a thing. Let's say you go shower, but come out and put on some clean, comfy pajamas because you're not going anywhere. That's okay too, but you're clean. You've done the things to yourself and you're like, I'm not going nowhere, but I'm gonna put on some clean, comfortable clothes or clean, comfortable pajamas. So just get up and do the things because you're still beautiful. You're still you. You're just going through something right now, and that's okay. 2 more things. 1, be kind to yourself. It's already a hard time. Don't talk down on yourself. Don't talk down on how you look or whatever's going on with you. Just be kind to yourself. Our internal tapes are super important, and what you put out, your body will consume and take in. And so even if you don't think you look that great, kind of keep it to yourself in your head and like, what can I do to feel better today? I like that dress that I wore that doesn't show my stomach pouch very much. I'm gonna throw that on with these cute tennis shoes and put my makeup on. Like, do what you can do to make yourself feel better, but try to be kind to yourself and watch the words that you're saying to yourself during this time because it's super important. What you say, the body confirms. Also, if you're one of those people that declines everything during cycle time, reconsider. It is so good for you to still get out and still go do things. You don't have to do a lot of things, but it's still good to get out and go do things. Even exercise, a slow walk is still good for you during your cycle. It's also been known to help minimize cramps. So try not to use it as a reason just to like lay and veg out on the couch the whole 7 days that you're on your cycle, or turn down invitations to go out with friends and things, especially if cycle brings on slight depression. You want to get up, get dressed, and still get out of the house, even if it's just a little bit. It will help you out. So still get up and do your things, still get out and go see your people and your friends, even take a stroll at the park if it's a beautiful day. Still do the things. All right, beauties, we did it. We did it. We did it, y'all. We went through it. Do you feel better? Do you have like tips on deck? Did you use your notebook? Because somebody said last time something about like, well, I subscribe, but I don't have time to watch, or I don't have time to remember all that stuff. Use the notebook. Use your notebook. Have a notepad out, use the notes in your phone, watch it back over through. Sometimes I will watch a video first just to consume it. And then if I'm like, oh, that was good stuff, I'll go back later with my notepad while I'm snacking on something and write down the tips, okay? I have learned through comments where somebody's left all of my tips down. People kept hopping in there saying stuff like, oh, I'm so glad to have this. I don't have to watch the whole video. So because of that, I'm not going to allow that to be on here, because that's not fair to me, the person that makes the content, to not be watched because somebody is, and I don't think the lady meant any harm at all by leaving that comment. I think she was just leaving her notes, but other people took that as a sign of like, oh good, I don't have to watch this long video. If you want the tips, you got to watch the video. That's it. I often will leave my stuff in description box of all of the items that I've mentioned, so that's always going to be in the description box. You never have to worry about that, but you do have to watch the video, babes. So anyways, we're wrapping this up. Thanks so much. This has been a long video. I am burning up hot. I hope that this has helped you or will help you during your cycle. I love how you guys jumped in on the last video and gave each other tips about what you do during your cycle. I want to hear them. I want to hear them. I want to see them. I want us to share. I want us to help each other. I want us to be encouraging. Do drop in on what you use, how you manage your pain. If there's some things that I haven't mentioned that you know about or that you've used that have helped you and have been game changers for you, let us know, baby. Let us know. We need to know that. I even like to know that because I like to find out about new things that might help me or my daughter or whoever. So thank you so much for joining me. I freaking love y'all so much. I'm so grateful for you. So grateful for every person that smashed that subscribe button, that like button. My super thanks, women. Girl, we here. Thank you for all of the encouragement. Thank you for all you ladies sharing and being encouraging of each other and liking each other's comments. I help people that were struggling even silently. We're able to scroll through there and see and get great things that you need. And I want this video to be no different. So please drop down on what you use to make you comfortable and the tips that you use if I didn't mention them, or products that you use or that you like or that work and why they work down below. We love to see them. And ladies, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for all the love. See you next time. Bye.